Chapter 9, The Search Party. When all the kids realized that elementary was missing, they stopped crying and yelling and screaming and freaking out. Everybody was worried about Mrs. Mentry. "I'm sure the lights will be back on any moment, and we'll find Mrs. Mentry," said Mr. Klutz. "For now, I need everybody to calm down." Calm? Who can stay calm when all the lights are out and the 90-year-old lady the school is named after has disappeared? "Ella," the teachers were all saying, "where are you? Mrs. Mentry." "She was right here a minute ago," said Mrs. Coco, the gifted and talented teacher. "I saw her standing right there." "Maybe she went to the bathroom?" said Mr. Docker, the science teacher. "And maybe she's hiding," suggested Mrs. Yonkers. "Yoo-hoo, Mrs. Mentry! Come out, wherever you are!" shouted Mrs. Laney. "This is a tragedy," said Mr. Klutz. "How do you lose a 90-year-old lady?" "Yeah, she's pretty tiny," said Mrs. Jaffe. "She could be anywhere." "Well, we have to find her," said Mayor Hubble. "If anything happens to Mrs. Mentry, the voters are going to blame me for it on election day." All the grown-ups were upset. Well, all the grown-ups were upset except for one, that newspaper reporter, Ms. Lily. "Now I have a story," she said. "I can see the headline right now. Ex-teacher, elementary, vanishes into thin air. Police are baffled. Finally, I'll have the scoop I've been waiting for my whole life." "Why don't you just go to the store and buy a scoop?" I asked. Mr. Harrison lit all the candles on the cake again, and now we could see a little bit. "Mr. Klutz," he said, "I think I might know where Mrs. Mentry could be." "Where?" "She might have wandered down to the basement," said Mr. Harrison. "But to go get her, I'm going to need some little people." "Why?" asked Mr. Klutz. "I think she fell in a hole," said Mr. Harrison. "She fell in a hole?" somebody yelled. "She fell on a hoe?" somebody asked. "She flew into a hotel?" asked somebody else. Everybody was yelling out all kinds of crazy stuff that had nothing to do with her falling into a hole. "You say you need some little people. How little?" asked Mr. Klutz. First and second graders might be too little. Fourth and fifth graders might be too big. I think third graders are just right." "I volunteer," shouted Michael, Ryan, and Neil. "Yeah, we do too," said me and Alexia. "I want to help find Mrs. Mentry too," said Andrea, who always wants to help grown-ups so they'll like her. Then, of course, Emily volunteered because she does everything that Andrea does. "Good," said Mr. Harrison. "Each of you come up here, take a piece of cake with a candle on it. We'll use the candles to light our way until the lights come back on. You won't see me." We get to have cake?" asked Ryan, who was always thinking about eating. "Cool," he said. "Follow me, kids." Chapter 10, Digger. All right, guys, so I will read that tomorrow, and I hope you have a great rest of your Monday. I'll be talking to some of you soon, and the rest of you later. Bye-bye, guys. See you later.